Hey everybody, Day Trader Rockstar here, and today's video here, a very special video because we have started a new project here at Day Trading Radio. Day Trading Radio, of course, if you're not familiar with us, we're an online broadcasting trading site. Been trading live on daytradingradio.com since 2007. So a lot of people know of, you probably have heard of us, watched us one time, come through the doors. We have many members all over the world, and we have a great membership community and a trading community that we gather each day. I get into the office about 7:30. We broadcast live from 7:30 to 4 around the clock. Afterwards, you can always follow our charts. Just head over to daytradingradio.com and you can check out everything over there. Again, it's free to watch. There is a membership package that gives you all the tools that we use here at the Tradeometer, the Rockbot, the high probability watch list, the chat rooms, all the trade alerts, everything here, and a very reasonable thing. Actually, we're having a sale this weekend, a real good sale. The yearly membership is $3.99. That comes with the high probability courses and stuff. But this is not what we're talking about here today, but I would be upset if I forgot to tell you that there is an opportunity of a lifetime this weekend. So again, let me just scroll down here. We have two things here going on here. The lifetime membership, which includes everything for life, including the Rockbot script, is $999.95. Typically, it's $2,000, $2,100, only $200, and we adjusted that price for the 4th of July weekend. And then our one-year starter program, we added for the first time ever, you're able to get the code, the Rockbot code with this. Now, for those out there who want to have the Ninja code or are using the Ninja platform, we have a fantastic code here that runs the Rockbot channel, and that's how we, almost the topic of today's video is going to be about futures trading. So this is a great opportunity to get the Rockbot code and have it on your machine if you're using the NinjaTrader platform. Now, a lot of people, again, we started something new with the prop trading evaluation trades, trading this week, and we've, and that a lot of these hook into the NinjaTrader platform. So a lot of people will continue on with the NinjaTrader platform. So this actually works really well with that. Also, we're building the same script out for the TradingView platform, and that's underway too. And this is part of what we call the Rockbot channel at Day Trading Radio. Rockbot channel is a channel where we run these scripts and people can watch and shadow the thing. It trades the MES, but you could convert that to your ES and stuff like that. But anyway, a big sale on the lifetime and on the yearly here. Yearly is usually $5.99. We dropped it to $3.99 for the weekend sale. That is a steal right there. That will not ever be seen again because it's coming with the School of Stock courses too, which are sold separately for $250 each. So that's getting added into for the sale. And there's a perfect package here to start everything off. The monthly, again, we're offering now, we raise our monthly cost up here because we're going to add the Rockbot to this also. So with the monthly subscription, you're going to be able to kind of use the Rockbot code monthly, as long as you have your, that's what the price increase on that is. But this, of course, as you can see, the $99 versus the $3.99, a monthly versus the yearly versus the lifetime. You can do the math. There's tremendous value all around with our thousands of members and stuff. So let's get into the reason we were doing this video. This week, we started trading a evaluation account, a prop trading account. An evaluation is where we, typically I'm trading live, and I have my own account with Interactive Brokers, and we trade. I use the Ninja platform, so that's all good and dandy. So we typically trade each and every day like that, and I use a methodology called the high probability methodology, and I teach that. It's a divergent methodology, but we've recently added and built out the bot here a little bit more to include what I call a quad rotation. Now, this is just a picture of my chart here, and I could probably move this chart up a little so it's perfect like that. It's an interesting square there, but all right. The bots did really great this week. Again, the rock bot and bot trading and as a topic is different from this. We're not talking about bot trading here, but we have these tools, and you have to understand each tool has to be used in the right situation. It doesn't mean that you could just take it. I don't know what's a good analogy for this, but you have to have the right tool and understand the market direction, market strength, and some other things if you're going to apply any type of tool. You just want to use it the right way. So I always say, and I try to guide people, guide us through it, guide the traders through this. I pay attention to the rock bot, the signals, because that's why I built it. I built it so I wouldn't miss these signals, and the signals have evolved over the years. All right, pay attention here now. So this is the rockbot. This is the rockbot. One of the script I'm running is well, I'll go over that in a second. The rockbot scripts are broken down into a couple names: a Thunderbird buy and a Thunderbird short. This is the Thunderbird buy with a hard 12-tick stop. All right. It's a 1 minute. I don't know why I have a $ there. I don't know. I must have been just typing it. It's 1 minute MES long short script. So, but the important part here, it is taking a 12 tick. Normally on the bot, you have an option. You could do a what we call a candlestick low stop, of a divergence, because this is identifying divergences for it. Or and sometimes I'll analyze the market and I'll see that it's taking out those lows just a bit, So I'll give, I really believe in the setups here when we have these setups. So you have sometimes give it a little room to run. If you tighten and have your stops too tight, the market just tends to get those, and so you got to have some faith in the system. And if you do, you're probably going to end up being in a positive trade. So this is basically the quad rotation is a new area on the bot, which identifies when we have multiple time frames that are lining up. So I always pay attention to that, and if that happens and there's a divergence that happens and is on a trend line, this is like a nice downward channel. You can see the downward move, right? So whenever we have a quad rotation, we usually look for a break back up or a channel break. And when we have a divergence, which this was what we call a relative divergence, see how close that candle came down to this candle and how high this makes this a super signal. And these are the signals we're going to be taking when we trade this evaluation account. And I've already started to do it. And I got to tell you, I typically do it live on the air with my own account, but I'm not really paying attention. We're taking one or two contracts. I'm taking questions. It's a very distracting and a very hectic day because we're doing stocks, options. I'm answering questions. I'm analyzing markets, news, everything. It's just yes. But this, so I said, you know what? Well, let's open up this. Apply a set of rules. The criteria is so strict on this, on the evaluation. It's so strict that I'm only taking 3 setups, and these 3 setups are very easy. And that's what I teach, these 3 setups. But even though it's so easy, most people will fail, and I'm going to tell you that right now because you don't have the discipline and you don't have the patience. The last 2 days, I started this, and I want to show you, and I put out a post that tell you how I started, and I advise everyone to try to do the same thing with me because I want to be streaming the results live. I'm going to be trading this account live. All right, and I've been doing that for the last 2 days. Now today is Friday. Paul was on the air. I was actually just doing some work on everything, so I didn't trade too much today. But starting Monday again, I'll be fully active trying. We're going to qualify, and I know we're going to qualify because I'm going to show you the results right now, and I'm going to go over these trades, and I'm going to go over the 3 important things that we're going to be looking for. And I'm not worried about saying, all right, I'm telling everyone the secret here. The secret is understanding the market conditions, and understanding when to use these things. I've traded the markets since '96. I've started absorbing things probably in 2010. It took that long almost for a learning curve to evolve and to realize that a lot of things don't work in the market. It's a lot of random walks to Wall Street, as it would say. But a lot of things, a few things do work. And those things, if you could if you could, use those and make yourself a tight box to trade, your criteria has to be that strict, and take these, have good risk management. This will work. This is the only way it will work. I have the setups. I know the setups. I do this every day. I am super comfortable with these setups. All right. This is the true path to qualifying any type of evaluation account. It's the only way you're going to be able to do this. Randomly and taking and gambling, yeah, you might get lucky. Some people might get lucky, but the odds are the market's moving too much. You have to learn proper discipline, proper patience, and you have to take the right trades at the right time. Everything is stacked against you, how these prop firms work and stuff, especially with their drawdowns. So it's important that you only take trades that are the highest quality trades, and I know how to find those. I know exactly the 3 setups that I look for that have a huge percentage of profitability. Now, just to kind of show you, I'm just streaming over. I was just on the other site here, and I'm going to show you how to watch that stream. I'm going to show you how to do other things too. This is a very informative video, and I'm sorry it's probably going to be too long. It's probably going to go into my other video, and I'm going to have to be here tomorrow. But this is just this is on the other screen right now, and the actually let's go to the channel. It's called Futures Evaluation Coaching and Trading Alert and Trade Alerts, and this is just started it. 68 subscribers. Just started it yesterday. Futures Evaluation Coach at Futures Evaluation Coach. You go there and sign up, get or subscribe. All right, you subscribe to that, and then this is going to be where the live feed is going to be, and the live feed is going on right now, as you can see. So, and so this is what I have on the feed right now. I just looked at my trading from the last 2 days, and this is the summary of just the trading, and you can see we had 38 trades. 31 winning trades, 4 losing trades, and 3 break-even trades. All right, so not bad, right? Not bad at all. Profitability 81%. I don't know what my some other stuff there is. And I did take a short here. I took one short. I'm going to go both ways, but I prefer to take longs, especially in this market environment, which I believe we're going higher. So and also seeing that strength recently. It was more easy. It was easier to go long, and you have to recognize that too. A lot of people will blow up if you go against the market. The market's telling you one thing, and you're trying to catch the top because you think you're smarter than everyone else. But when the market's strong, just don't do it. Wait for a market that gets choppy to trade this style. At least I want to show you. Or if you identify a trend, just trade the setups that are trend friendly, and we have a couple of those also. So not bad. This is just taking the setups, and I'm not going to make excuses, but 2 of those I traded out of boredom, and and one of them was a breakout trade. So it is very hard to stick to the script. It is going to be very, very hard to stick to the script. 2 of those losses out of the 4 are 2 that I went off the script. So it just shows it to me, when that happens, I yell at myself. You might hear me too. I was like, damn it, why did I just do that? Everything was going great. I was having like a nice winning streak there. And I was like, all right, I'm feeling a little brave now. This is easy. And a lot of these setups, and I'm going to show you right now. Let me push this down here. I'm going to zoom out here. You'll notice a lot of these. Let me zoom all the way out. I didn't trade after hours. So this was yesterday's trades, basically. Look at that. Now I could probably go zoom in on this. Just give me a second to zoom in. 'Cause I'm actually controlling this from the my other computer, so I'm capturing the screen on the other computer because I couldn't start up my account on this one because it's on another account, and I have my real one on this. It's just a mess to having too many Ninja accounts now. All right, so basically, if you can see, here at 9:30, we're in here early in the morning, so at I want to make sure. At 9:30, you're seeing this well, it's actually a little divergence. You can see that low and that lower low here, and this little trend line here. I think I could write that trend line in here. It'll be an F2, right, like that. That was the divergence, and again, this was something that I think we just came in and it kind of just chopped out and then popped. I think that was one of the losses. Actually, it just got out of it, and it was a divergence too. And I don't know, maybe it was just before the open. Oh, that's what it was. I didn't want to hold it into the open, so I got out right before the open. But as you can see, that was a criteria setup. That was a divergence and a quad rotation. So that is one of the trades that we want to take. The quad rotation comes when all four bands, and this chart only has 3 bands, but the bands we typically look at, and I'll show you here in a second. That was, I'll show you the other charts in a second. Then the market pulled back, and we probably had a 1-minute divergence on the rock bottom at this time right here. So I got in real fast. It popped, and what's keeping this, what's making this work is I am taking profits. I'm not thinking that this is the low and we're going all the way up, because if I held on to this and we ended up being back here and my entry was here, I'd be down, I'd be washed out again. So every setup, even though it's a high probability setup, I'm going to take profits. I'm going to take profits and continue to move that. And that's another key to, being successful. You just can't, this market is full of algorithms. They know if you have a high or low and you're like, all right, I'm in here, I'm going to put my stop under the low, it's going to come right down, take that out, and then take off again. It just happens now. It's just, the market is too easy to read. The algorithms know where the stops are. They know where the buy stops are. They know where to take things. It's just amazing. But they also know where the trend lines are. We know where the trend lines are too, which helps, And there's some things that I could read, and what I try to teach is seeing the internals start to shift. And when we start to see those internal shift, we could get in. But it's important to get in and get out. This was another one, and then another one. We had a nice trend here, market. I just, again, that was probably just catching the upside here. Then we had a nice little pullback here. And that was another divergence, believe it or not. That was a nice divergence. It wasn't a quad rotation divergence, but it was a regular divergence. And divergences, and again, things could get boring if you're just watching, but I like this organization here, and I like the trend line break. But again, we had a little pop, and I took it off really fast, so I'm not sticking around here. We started to identify what we call a 1, 2, 3 pattern. So, at that point, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for this to kind of break through here. What was that? That was news. You can see there was news coming out. We got out right before the news. Then we got in here, and I bought a couple of it. So I saw a little divergence, I bought it. Then I added to it here because I saw that divergence in the quad rotation. So this was a quad rotation divergence, and I took it, and then we sold it on the way up, which was the proper thing to do. In this case, I took, I had multiple contracts, so I took 3 off here, and then I took my last one up here. But the market was still looking pretty good, and I think we went long here, and then again, just kind of held on through this chop, and then sold up here, and then, got these pops and took it off. But I wanted to show you a couple of the setups. I think that was it. let me go back to the other chart now. I want to show you the setups that now on this chart here. All right. I want to go back to this big chart. This is my Medved chart here, and this is what I trade off of it. So what I'm doing here is I'm watching this because I've been trained on this for years, and I just love the way it looks. I have it all set up. I'm able to read my quad rotations very easy. I'm just in tune with this chart. I know what divergences look like. I know what the VWAP, the multiple moving averages. I just know the platform really well. So as I'm doing the show, we're looking at these setups. So let's just go back and say here would have been this was a setup that I called out and said this is a quad rotation divergence. This right here is one of the HPS setups right here. And look at the move. I mean, not to say you're going to get all of this, but usually an HPS quad rotation divergence there's only 3 setups we're looking at, right? 3 setups. So let's kind of go into them. This is one of them. It's again, low, bounce, lower low, higher low, but the 60-minute is oversold, the 40 is oversold, the 14 is oversold, but you start to see the divergence come in here. And that is the key to that. That is the number one setup. Here was one over here. This was a really, at 9:30, you had a low, a lower low, the higher low, the oversold, and the oversold. So in only this case, this is a very rare event, but when that happens, we get an explosive move higher. So that is textbook right there. So that is another quad rotation divergence. Now, this is the other really, really great setup here. It's called a coiled stochastic quad rotation. And again, you're watching this, and I saw this happening because, again, been doing this for so long. So we actually saw this happen. I said, this looks starting to look like a coil here. And then I looked down here. I said, this is a coil. The coil, what the coil is doing, it's just hanging out here. It's taking its time, getting oversold, waiting for everything else to catch up. And the last one to catch up is the 60-10. And right when that catches up and they're all oversold and you're on a trend line, it is the perfect setup. So that was another one where, now this is where it comes into play. These setups, the coil, very rare, but very, very accurate. I mean, I would say above 90% success rate on this setup. When I see this setup, it is go time. And when we talk about go time and trading evaluation things, this is where you have to put it up. Right now, time to segue here. We went over 2 of the setups. I'll go over the 3rd setup after I segue here into something, because as you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about this now. So we set up the site to do this. All right, so worked on a page here to kind of give us a little bit more information. Again, this is a service that goes out to Day Trading Radio members, but I also have it opened up to the public right now. But just because we're testing out some of the new streams and stuff, but this is going to be our information page, and this is what I'm doing right now. I signed under the Bullnox sign up, and I put a link there with a coupon, and this coupon gives you 90% off of what I did. I said, you know what, this is just too easy. It's like, especially for traders out there who want to start, trading futures, but they don't want to risk their own money. You think about these evaluation or trade a funded account. I'm not really worried about like what are the stipulations, taxes. I'm not worried about anything right now. I'm worried. I'm thinking this is an excellent way to learn and not really have to put up your own money. And if you actually follow the steps I show you, you have a good shot of actually qualifying. If you're able to take these trades, because I want to do it. I want to show it to you. And that's what we're doing. Every setup is going to be a high probability zone setup here. Each one of those setups are going to be multiple points. And when you start to think about that and have your success rate and the probability, you're going to put in big positions at that level. And what's your downside? 1495. This is, and what's the upside? Getting a funded account and taking it to the next level and just wiring out $10,000. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, on our website, you could go to this. You go to Day Trading Radio. You'll see this little link here. You click on that and apply these coupons. There's a 90% coupon off of these different tiers. So they have a $25,000 one, $50,000, $100,000, and $150,000. I got to $50,000. Normally it's $125,000, but if you apply the 90% coupon DTR90, if you go through that link, it brings it down to $14.25. So now you have it at work, and they're going to give you, you know what they're going to give you? They're going to give you that license. They're going to give you a NinjaTrader license. You're going to download the NinjaTrader platform, so you're going to have a working platform. They're going to give you the feed, rhythmic, real-time feed. You know, I find this as a great opportunity for people to trade and get a real-time feed, and trade kind of in a way where you're kind of real. You know, it's important not just to trade paper. You know, it's important to have some skin in the game. So this is kind of having a little skin in the game, because it does matter if you do and you want to succeed. So it's not something like you're experimenting. I don't want you to experiment with this. I want you to take the setups I want to show you, and you're going to get there. You're going to be able to do this. So you can actually open up as many as you want. You could buy, like, that's what I hear recommended, like buy 5 of them, so you don't have to reset them. Cause I think the reset fee is, you know, I'm giving out to like the industry secrets, but I think the reset fee is kind of expensive. If you want to reset your account, if you blow out or something, like, you could reset it. But if you just have another one, it's $14.25, and the reset fee is like $120. Well, you buy as many as the $14.25s as you can. I think you can buy up to 10, and then you just use them or you can, you know. And there's ways to connect them too. But you know, I'll give you more information as I get more. So you could do all kinds of. You could do the 100,000, and again, if you apply the 90 to that, it's $19.95. You know, you could double that. 12 contracts, 7 contracts, profit targets, you know, so you could go all the way up for $150,000. And then there's a level 2, which is end of day. You know, they don't have a rolling drawdown. And I'm going to put more information on this over here, but it means a lot. At the end of the day, how they close it out and stuff. And when you go to the link here, all that information, I would just go to their help page and kind of read up on what are some of the rules and stuff. But pretty much straight, you know, other than the drawdown and trying to not take losses, it's pretty straightforward. But there's an option too, which gives you that better chance of not drawing down. And again, that information's on that site. So that's why the prices are those. But I just did the $14.25. I think you can start with any of these. I mean, they're all, you know, sky's the limit, right? So that's how we're doing that. And then again, if you're new and you want to just check out everything here, you can head over to Day Trading Radio and get the two-week free pass. Just click on that. It'll bring you up to this thing. You put in a username, password, and you're good to go on that. And again, if you're on the let me go back here. Let me see where it was here. If we go to this, it's going to go there, and then you can scroll down and you can see the different accounts, and you select account, and then you enter your coupon code, and that's going to adjust your price, and then put in everything. They don't ask for a lot here until you qualify, and they have some of the rules and stuff. But I heard good reviews on this company, so I'm giving them a shot. And we'll put some other ones up here. I know a lot of people use the Apex and stuff. We'll look deeper into that also. Okay, so that's taken care of. This again is on the website, so you use the DTR90 and the DTR70 for those codes. And now I'm putting together some good videos here. How to set the one video is how to set up the evaluation account. If you want to do it, it's right there. The quad rotation, did a video on that, and I think that's very important, because that's the quad rotation. If we go back here to here, and we have this, you know, all 4 stochastics here. That's meaning 4 quad, all rotating down to oversold levels at the same time. that is what we're looking for. Now, I like to zoom out during the day and say, all right, if we look at every time that happens, and you can see this coming down, and we kind of got down in here. It's probably right around that area. Probably might have been even here, right here it actually was. A little before that. That was the first pullback. Right there. You see how they all came down together, and we had to wait for that 60 to get down. And then look at that move. That was the low. That's typically I get the lows on these quad rotations. One back here. If you look at my chart when I'm broadcasting, you will notice that I put these little blue lines underneath, and that usually represents, you know, the lines like this are just lining them all up. And the most important one is the 60-10 on the bottom, because that needs to be lined up. So all you have to do is really zoom out and just kind of mark them off, like anytime it comes into that 20, and then kind of go back and say, all right, that qualifies, that qualifies. But hey, is that a divergence? That might have been a divergent. Well, actually, that is right here. That did qualify here. It came down right there, right there, right here, and right here. If we zoom in here, you can probably see it better. But that almost was a divergence, I think. It was very close to one. But you can see they all got oversold right at that one point. Here, the same thing. I didn't put the blue line under there. And these are the alerts that are going to go out. So now we're adding to the alerts for members. So this is where it comes into be what's the benefits of being a member of Day Trading Radio. Well, because I'm doing this every day. If you're on the dashboard, you do get all the alerts. You know, again, let's go back to that dashboard a second. All right, don't sleep on this one. Don't sleep on this. $3.99. All right. Sleep on. So go to members area. It comes with the trading courses too, which are huge. You know, click on that. We want to see all the courses it comes with. Typically $500. You get that with that yearly. Anyway, don't get distracted, Johnny. Go to members area. Sign in. All right, and then when you sign in, you're going to get your dashboard here. Your dashboard. Let me move that down so you can see it better. And this area right here is you're going to be your alerts. So these are the alerts that we took. Like we bought the AbbVie today, bought some AbbVie, bought some Disney yesterday, and these all go out. You might not see it too good. It's because but it's clear, high definition on your screen. And then we have what's called HPS alerts. So you can get rid of all these, or we could zoom them in and put them in here. But the bot alerts, you know, these I will send out the alerts for what we call the super signals, and I'm still and that goes out to the membership. Anybody who has a membership has an alert manager up here, and that alert manager, let me show it to you. That opens up into this Day Trader Alert Manager Console, and here you put down where you want your alerts. You can get these are regular trade alerts during the day when I'm taking a trade. Subscribe, it goes to your email. HPS alerts are our weekly watch list. These are the high quality names that you want to be in for swing trades, like the Apples and stuff. Yes, 5-minute alert. So the ES 5-minute alert. This is going to be the bot alert. Call it the 5-minute alert. I might change that to the prop alert. But typically I'm using a 5-minute because when the quad rotation is set up, it also means the 5-minute is set up. So that's why we get big moves out of this 5-minute. Not to go into detail. Again, plenty of courses on that. The announcements, they go out to everyone. I usually send them out under the trade alerts, so don't even worry about that one. But this is the one you want to subscribe to, ES 5-minute alert, to get the alerts for your prop valuation trades. I want to try to have those go out instantaneous, but I understand that this is futures. But these setups here, I want to try to get them out as fast as I can. They do come instantaneous because you don't put your cell number in. It comes text messages right there, 5-minute alert. Make sure it's on. Put in your number. Test it. Make sure you get a text. It should be instantaneous. Not bad if you just happen to be in front of the computer and you're trading, and all of a sudden you get a text saying, "Oh, maybe you're in the other room and stuff," and it says, "Oh, there's a super signal. Let me run back in and take a trade." All right, so that's a lot of work for me to do, and it's going to be behind the membership. It's going to be a member-only thing, of course. There's no other way to set it up. So that's going to be worth its weight in gold. As you can see, the setups, and this, you don't even have to be a prop trader. You could just be trading your own account. I would take these setups. These 5-minute alerts are going to be so, basically they're going to be, that's going to be the criteria for our trading. Now, I'm not going to say that we can't take other trades, but the only ones that are going to go out on this alert are the one of these three setups here I want to show you. All right, I did a video over there, and it's on the website I showed you earlier today, that video about quad rotations, but this is some of the stuff I used in it. And again, those alerts are only going to go out for these 3 setups: the quad rotation divergence, the quad rotation coil, and the quad rotation lower channel line bounce. Those are the only 3 trades we're going to be taking with the evaluation futures challenge. All right, again, there's the code and stuff. I kind of went over how to set that up and stuff. I'm not worried. What do we got here? What's this? Oh, that's the cons. All right, so I don't need that. Don't do that. Let me show you what they look like. All right, well, here we got the quad rotation rules. Trade within the time frame indicated by the chart and understand the current market trend. All right, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to prevent you from accomplishing your goals as a trader, and a lot of it is not paying attention to the logical rules. A downtrending market secure profits after taking any trade by taking advantage of the first rotation of the 9-3 stochastic. This is, again, putting things out. It's kind of hardwiring things here. If something happens, you take it off. You're not waiting. If it gets, you're in a downtrend and you're trading like underneath the 50-period moving average, the trend is overall down, and you get a quad rotation, you want to take your first profits and take your profits and move your stop up to break even on your first rotation of the 9-3 back over the 80 line, because the trend has been intact there, and you should trade every time you get overbought on the short-term time frame. You should be taking that bounce off. The signal probably will still be there, but you won't get the size of the move if you're not going in the direction of, if you're not going with the trend. Now, if a trade with a perfect setup fails, and you can't say, well, there was news. There might be news. There might be some underlying thing going on. There might have been a sell program or a buy program that hit, or it might have been something. There's going to be times when things don't work. I like to see what happens after that, because if usually it's a perfect setup and it's a really good setup and the market kind of squashes it, I wait for a full rotation back up, or at least to get that 60-10 back up above 50 before looking for another quad rotation. I wanted to get it off the bottom, at least get that 9-3 up, rotating back all the way up, and then coming all the way back down before looking to take any more trades. That kind of gives you a little timing there. And again, same thing. During a robust upward trend characterized by a strong rally that consistently stays above the 20 or 50 moving averages, look for the first quad rotation buy signal on the initial pullback to consider buying. So it's almost like the opposite. If you're going to take profits off in a weak market on a bounce, you want to buy a strong market on a pullback. And that's, some of these things are very basic, but you have to write them down, or else, people won't even. Now, there's a lot of information here. I've sent this out. This is available, on the dashboard, so I won't go over these things. You could go stop it. And again, I have the lower trend line, but I also added, trend line retracement on this. So I have the divergence, lower trend line, and the trend line retracements, which I'll show you in a second. So here's another good example of a divergence. And here's a good example, kind of a little coil. Well, actually, this is a channel line. A channel line has 1, 2, 3. If you have 1, 2, and there's actually probably one up there, you trade 3, 4, 5. All right, you always watch for that rotation. If this happened to pull back and you happen to have kind of a trend line here setting up, and you got a kind of an oversold quad rotation here, you want it. That's a super signal. That's the signal we want. Now you see, it didn't really go too much. It went, but it didn't go a lot. And again, this is overnight, so this is 9:30. So you're not getting a big move. There's not much going on, not a lot of volume, but you are getting the signal move. And it's not that you're going to get in the perfect entry here either. Maybe you got it at 61, maybe you got it at 62, and it went up to 63.50. And you're looking for 64, and it starts pulling back down. You have to take it off on this. You see the trend is down. So you see the first rotation. I have a little blue mark there. I have a little blue mark, meaning that telling people to take profits when you get above the 80 line here, especially in the downward trend. So even if you're not getting a 2-3 point move, you get out, and you're not taking any heat, and you got out with, maybe even got out with a half a point or a point, who knows. That's establishing great discipline and a great method of taking profits in the future. It's going to protect you overall if you establish good skills and good perfect practice makes perfect. You can't practice bad and think to be good. All right, so you have to do the right things. This was a nice divergence. I love this divergence. Plus, it was a 1, 2, 3 pullback, trend line. So he came down to the trend line again, and it was a higher low, and it was a quad rotation. This was a quad. It had so many good setups, and it got a little pop here. Now that was a really that kind of went up to the 200 period moving average, came back. Got oversold, just about got a quad rotation again right here. Just missed it, but we were starting to focus on it. And sometimes you won't get a perfect one. You won't get it. But if I start to see all of these start to turn back up, you know what? You have an advantage. It's not like you're going against the grain. I don't want to be able to see anybody going long here thinking all of a sudden the world is going to change and the trend is going to change just because you're getting in here. No. You should always be getting in with the momentum on your side. If this is starting to head up, yeah, I feel good. If you're overbought, why are you getting long here? Same thing here. I mean, you got oversold. We're starting to pay. If it starts moving up, when these all start to grind up, you probably want to get on board, even that overnight here. So that's just that example right there. Let's go to the next example. Next example, quad rotation, trend line retracement. Again, trend line retracement is a channel breakout or any type of break, and when we come back to so it could be a rising trend line, and we break down from it and then come back up to it and touch it and then sell off, or it could be like we're seeing here. Oops, I just messed that up. What did I just do? Did I get an undo here? There we go. Wait for it to turn up and all for stochastic confirm entry. So you got a breakout of a trend, and you got the pullback to the trend line. And if you get a pullback to the trend line, it works the same thing. 1, 2, 3. This is an established trend line. It has, it has a history. So algorithms will pick up on that plane, that line that continues to infinity. But it could be, you could always track it though. It's easy to figure out where it is, and it's easy to, combine. So this is again, pull back to the trend line and a nice quad rotation that happens like this. And this is one that we kind of call like everything comes into sync really easy. And it has all have a Nike check mark type of thing. A nice move up, all three of these, and this one's turning up pretty aggressively too. And again, another big move off of this. Now, some of these are going to give you big moves, like 4 or 5 points. Some of them are going to 10 points. When I say we get one of these setups, especially a quad rotation, and we have a good time frame, and we feel really good about it, those are the setups that that you should. See if I can get it back over here. You should go all in on. I mean, for $14.50. you have an opportunity to, and you can trade in maximum 3 contracts. On this one, the 50, you're 7 contracts. So if it's 7, if you're trading 7 ES contracts and you're getting $50 a point and you're getting 10-point moves, you could qualify in one trade if you trade these setups. Now, these could give you 10 points in this market condition. Our profit target is 3. I pointed out, let's see if we could find another HPS setup here, and let's go back out here a second. Hope you're enjoying this. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and also find, in the link, I'll have the stream for the evaluation account, and we'll be tracking that. So just subscribe to that also, and anything else you want to subscribe to, especially as a member. So if we had a quad, this was a kind of a coil 230. I like that. And that was a coil, quad rotation, channel. We're long, say we're long at 76. And it went up to 80, say it went to 84. All right, so was that 8 points? That's not bad. In a perfect world, again, not even a perfect world. I mean, this is very doable if you had that. If you, again, just doing the calculation, what was that? $400 per contract. 7 contracts. That'd be $2,800, right? $2,800. Yeah, that's very close to your profit target. I think was 3,000. That's just off of one trade. So it's very doable, except you have to wait for it, and then you can't lose after that. You still have to get through the rest of the days and stuff. But that's why you're only taking these setups. I only want to see you taking the setups when I put in a blue line and the horizontal lines. These, look at them. All of them are giving you upside. All of them. So again, if you do get a setup here and it looks like a perfect setup, it's $14.95. Go for it. This is going to be the big. These are going to be the big ones. You're going to get $2,000 on the trade. Switch over to ES. You can mess around with the MES, but when you have an HPS type of setup here, we're going to, there's only 4 of them, three or 4 of them that we're looking for, and they have to be exact. And we're going to know that explosion is going to come. We want to be all in. So I'm excited about that part of it, and I know each day we're going to have an opportunity to go all in on these. There's going to be other trades here. This is a nice little flag. Whenever you have a flag and a divergence in a pullback of a flag, that is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish here. This is a pullback to the 20 with a divergence. So it's actually the 2020 bull flag, which is this. The 60s have met it up here above 80. We got a fast rotation. That's perfect. This was a quad rotation right here. Did anybody notice this? I came in right about here. It did move down. Oh, it was basically right there. Maybe moved down a bit, but then it was a divergence. I would have jumped all over that. It was 7:30 in the morning too. So that makes, again, sometimes we don't want to hold it to 9:30, but that was good news. I believe the market was really trending higher. And again, this is another rule. If you have a trending market that's very strong, do not go try to fight it. Even if you have to just not even trade that day, to get out of that urge. Most of the time, even though this is a perfect divergence here, which identified the top, it was kind of a running top. But some of them, these probably could have eaten you up and spit you out, pretty fast. That was today's divergence sell signal. So I think Paul put that up on the screen too at the end of the day. He told me, but that was a good divergence right there. Anyway, you know exactly what we're looking for, and I think you got to go big when you have it. And I'll let you know. I know you're going to get the alerts. Now you're going to get those alerts at Day Trading Radio. You can watch it on the dashboard. Again, I'll put the link in the room for this channel. Futures again. Futures evaluation coach. All right, so we'll see that. And again, don't forget about the sale. Don't forget about the absolutely don't forget about that. That is such a great opportunity. And look for in the link if you want to join us on the taking advantage of the. We get out of this here. Got so much going on here. If you want to take advantage of the evaluation, you can head over to Day Trading Radio. You'll see the link for this. You'll see right underneath the chart. Just click on that, apply the codes, and you're good to go. And we'll see you in the markets on Monday. Even though I think Monday's a half a day. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it doesn't even matter. All we're looking is for 3 setups. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the markets.